Eming.
Are we
We live? We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
We are live. Brady's and the beanbag on the field. Mr. Hiller's at the desk. Mr. Coburn's at the table. It's the weekly dose of Mayhem. The only show with a more inconsistent schedule is jet lag.
Jet lag. It's been so many jet lag Wednesdays that aren't it's jet lagless Wednesdays.
Except that one time they uploaded it on Tuesday. That was weird.
That was fun. That's great, Brady.
That's great, Brady, the Nebula subscriber of the group. Hello and welcome to your weekly dose of Mayhem, the only show where Mr. Coburn has stolen the table.
And we are both off center.
And we are both not standing in the proper locations. Oh yeah, move the camera instead of moving us.
Right? Oh, right. Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
It's confusing.
I'm just leaning against this pole. I'm cosplaying Jay Gatsby right now.
Shout out Mr. Patak. Mr. Patak, quick Gatsby reference for for everyone.
American literature fans?
The American literature fans, D-block American literature. Anyway, let's get into it. Ahmed, what did we do last weekend?
I already have a mic, thank you.
I know.
Thanks for that. You can take it back now.
Okay. What did we do last weekend?
We went to Corning, New York for the courting qualifier.
Wow. Now, how do you think that went?
I think it actually went very well.
I also think it went very, very well.
I think that we cooked.
And why is that? Why do you think we cooked?
I think that in all aspects of our team's performance, except for one, we did pretty well. Our presentation, I'd say, went pretty well.
Banger presentation.
Yeah, we got a lot of judges coming up to us. We had some good conversations with them. That all went splendidly. Teleop worked pretty well, except for one match. And our autos worked pretty well, except for one thing. Yeah, it's very subtle foreshadowing.
See that in the YouTube short.
And by the end of the day, we did make it to the playoffs. We did not obviously get into the finalist or winning alliances, but we did get second place in Spire, which is very good.
Yes, the robot with we had a few mechanical changes on the robot. Go look at the green team build thread. They're on there. We had a new intake and a handoff, which wasn't handing off, but it was there. What else? What other changes? That was pretty much it. That was all the changes we made.
The new handoff and
yeah.
Yeah.
And that all worked beautifully. The teleop was pretty good. We had a couple issues trying to intake from the submersible, but that was more of a practice thing. But picking up off the ground was awesome. A cyclist between the human player station and the submersible were on point. So good job, Brady and Hannah, the driver and operator, respectively. But, Hamid, you were alluding to one aspect that didn't quite work.
Indeed, and that aspect is the SparkFun Optical Tracking Odometry Sensor, or OTOS, which we mounted on our robot. It's like a little tiny thing. It's like a mouse sensor. It uses a laser to get the position of the robot, and Nate's trying to find one.
Is there one over here?
I think we all put them in one place, and I don't remember where it was.
Anyway.
So we had one on our robot, and we mounted it. So the circuit board has like some through holes, and we mounted that to the robot. And I don't think you're supposed to do that on account of it stopped working after a while. And then we tried to swap it out, and sooner or later, like they all just started being weird. And that really degraded our auto performance because we were, there's
Brady's got one. Brady, certified third host. It's this little guy. We've talked about him before.
Yeah.
It's still on the build thread too. This little guy.
Yeah. So we kept having issues with it, not tracking or half tracking. That messed up our autonomous because it's very, very dependent on that thing working or us having some sort of odometry that isn't the limelight. So we did have a lot of autonomous issues, but we did get it working a couple of rounds, which was good to see. And
one round it worked really well.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So we have a solution for that, and it is, I think, over here.
It was
somewhere.
So it kept breaking, whether it would be we were mounting it with the through hose and it was bending, or it would get uncalibrated or something, or we accidentally mount it. Thank you. We'd accidentally mount it too high or something weird like that. And it led to some very interesting results. I have never seen an auto fail more consistently, but it never failed the same way twice.
it is. It's always
was
does a
crazy.
different thing. So much unintended behavior. So our solution for now is this. This is the SparkFun officially recommended
recommended.
3D print case for it. This is usually supposed to go on like a Rev or a Go Builder or a Tetrix metal part, but we just printed some. Where are they? Some brackets right here. These go onto the larger part, and then they both go on the bottom plate of our robot where the odometry was by itself before. And we hope that because of all of the extra rigging and using the official SparkFun thing, that it doesn't break and it's the right distance from the floor, which is 10 millimeters, for it to work.
We also have still left holes on the robot for dead wheel odometry like we had last year. This year, instead of doing 3, which are pointed radially inwards, we've got 2 on the X and Y axis of the robot. But that is a nice backup in case we can't
That's
get
the backup
odometry
plan.
working.
And we hope to get the math done for that so that it will provide basically the exact same data as the optical odometry, so we can just switch them out whenever we need to. Hopefully we don't, but...
But all in all, besides the consistently inconsistent auto, it was a very good event. Teleop was pretty good. We ended up getting picked by the 4th Place Alliance, which was headed by Solar Flare, a new best friends from the Hudson Valley.
Yeah, shout out Solar Flare. Banger robot.
Banger
Awesome
robot. Great,
Does
great kids on the team.
samples so well. Loved
Awesome
working with them. We did also tell them to join the FTC Open Alliance, and they said they were already thinking about it, so that was cool.
Which is also fun. So shout out them. Congratulations, Oncoming Storm and Precision Cut-Ups. I think it was Precision Cut-Ups for taking home the major W at Corning. You guys had some awesome robots.
Well played.
And shout out, Grady's telling me to shout out Head Ref Bradley. Great guy. Great. Love Head Ref Bradley. He actually counts defense pin counts correctly.
Very nice.
Which is awesome. So yeah, that's all from Corning. Did we miss anything?
No.
Josh, what did you think of Corning?
Josh, get over here. Get over here.
Yeah, Josh and Emily from White Team were there because we needed scouters.
We should use these mics more often. We can just interview people so much easier.
What did you think of Corning? 5 words.
Good. Other words? Good.
Wow.
Wow.
Good.
Great 5 words.
Other words good.
All right. Yeah, I think that was.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. I think that was all from Corning. It was a very fun event. We're happy to be qualified. Our next competition is in March at the regional championships. Now, you may be wondering, why is the title of this episode called "Elevating to Regional Champs"? Wow.
You're really proud of that pun,
Viewers
aren't
at
you?
home. Viewers at home. I've got something to show you.
Something absolutely massive to
I've
show
got
the
something.
audience.
Can you hold one side of this?
Yes, I
It's
can.
not flat. I've got something massive to show you.
Here it comes.
It's kind of hard because it's on the ground now, but this is FOC elevator. This is the WCP elevator. Careful fingers. This is the WCP elevator, which we purchased, and then we've built it with max tube instead of the recommended WCP tube, including some 2x1 down at the bottom, which you can't see. And I'm currently trying my very hardest to break the sprockets at the bottom of this, which drive it, by keeping this on the ground. Pan down. There you go. There's the elevator. Yeah, we have started making some incredible progress on the FLC side of things. This elevator is first complete structure piece. It doesn't have any driving motors or anything like that, but the whole elevator is there, and it's mostly strung. The first stage is strung. The second stage is still looking to get strung. Brady is messing with the camera.
Brady, just... Oh, my God.
You should check the... There it is. you should check the CAD to see how it works. But this this plate right here, this front plate, is made out of polycarbonate, and this holds the arm through in the system of gear trains that drive it. Oh, I'm out of focus.
Hold on. Okay.
Oh, I'm back in focus. So this was our first complete thing of structure. Also, along with the elevator.
Brother.
Here.
Okay,
Nate,
there we go.
Here, Tate, help Nate out. Drivetrain first. Yeah, let's do drivetrain. Here, Nate.
Oh, it's Tate.
Tate's on the podcast. Tate, stand on the other side.
Pan
stand
down.
opposite Nate and lift this up. Oh, we're panning down. Never mind. This is second. We've actually got a drivetrain now. We are using aluminum, which we routed on a route. Stop. We're using aluminum.
We only have manual focus, okay? We don't usually do this.
We're using aluminum, which we haven't routed on a router in any substantial. Like we started routing aluminum. We started routing aluminum. We started routing aluminum for FTC, where we routed 16th-inch aluminum for the side plates, but we've routed 8th-inch aluminum right here for the belly pan of the robot. And this was an odyssey and a half to get done.
Can
The
confirm
first
was
attempt
there.
failed miserably. You can see a very depressing photo of a very sad router bit in the FSC build thread. And that kind of ruined that. Shout out the FSC Open Lines. And that kind of ruined our first plate. But this plate right here did come off successfully, and we learned a lot about writing G-code. I, as a certified non-programmer, have begun, I now know how to write some G-code. I can set spindle speeds manually. I can set starting, and I can tell the G-code the start and end. So this piece took nearly 3 hours to route. The router only probably spent maybe 45 minutes actually moving, but it took an entire meeting to route because it kept failing, and the bit kept coming loose. So we had to stop it, but we were able to save the piece on multiple occasions, which we've never been able to do before, which is really fun. And then shout out the router and shout out Gerber for inventing G-code. So now that this big aluminum plate, this is the biggest piece of aluminum we're routing for this robot, and it's done. It's attached. It's working great. There's two smaller aluminum plates here and here, which came off way quicker. Because once you route aluminum once, we kind of figured it out from there. And the rest of aluminum on this robot came off very quickly. We're using a lot of aluminum on brackets for the drivetrain, but we're also using some aluminum for the A-frame, which holds the elevator here, because the elevator mounts here, and then there's an A-frame from here to here that holds it in place. And then there's also aluminum little decal plate on this in the front to hold the intake in place. So that's where our drivetrain is at. I think we've talked about it last week, about the cat of it with the Mark IV eyes in the back and the Mark IV nails in the front. I'm going to call Nate onto the show.
I'm going to zoom out the camera.
Yeah, we're putting him down.
No, it's okay. I got it.
There's one of them.
So Nate and Ella have been hard at work doing the electronics plate. And now I'm going to hand Mr. Johnson my mic. And
Well, let me be the interviewer. Hello.
Yeah, you guys should get on.
Hi, you can't see me right now.
Oh, yeah. Brady, camera up. Thank you. I'm here with Nathaniel. Make Some Electronics Johnson. How's it how's it going?
Beep boop zeelzorp.
All right, I'm going to hand it off to Nate. I can't deal with this.
All right. So Nate, this is your second year on the and first in general, but this is your first year doing electronics. So just walk us through a little bit what you've got here.
Yeah, so this is just the general FOC control system. We got the Rio here, the Ethernet switch, pies for the programmers, VRM so everything doesn't burn up and die, manifolds for pneumatics, and then Josh, we have the main power here with the PDH, and then more pneumatics with the compressor, and then that's all wired into the pneumatics control module, which
And
you guessed it, controls pneumatics.
And this plate on the front, this plate here goes on the front of the robot, and that goes on the back.
As you saw when we introduced it. So this has gone through a few iterations. We had our mentor tell us to separate these two because the buck boost converters, because they get very hot, and we put them right next to each other, and that would start a fire.
That would be bad.
Yeah, we don't want a robot to crash and burn, very literally.
Yeah. You got anything else there?
Meet Mobile Jewels up.
Thank you.
Wow, absolutely insightful commentary
Absolutely.
from Nathan. Make that electronics plate not burn Johnson.
I'm Nathan. He's Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
Anyway, yeah, take your. So, Nate, first year electronics student. My glasses. Nate, first year electronics student, making one of the cleanest and most well organized electronics plate I've ever seen a team produce.
Very nice. Oh, do you want to talk about the?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, here, this first. I
Right.
forgot to talk about this when we were talking about the elevator, but look at this.
3D
Big
printed
pulley. 3D
carbon fiber? Question mark.
Yes, this is a big 3D printed pulley made out of carbon fiber. This one was printed by Mr. Coburn at his house. This one was printed by Josh at his house because they are the people who own the carbon fiber filament. And this goes here on the elevator, and that drives the arm. And at the end of that arm is the end effector.
the gripper, the claw, whatever, the end
Gripper,
effector.
claw, hand.
This is
grabber.
for coral. Brady, go get a coral.
Cool, please.
Let's demonstrate this. There's pneumatic tubes. You want to actuate those. The pneumatic tubes push the wheels in so you can grab onto a coral, which cue coral.
I actually think these. No, don't throw it. Ugh.
Oh, jeez.
I actually think the pistons on here right now are too large. Here, Brady, can you actuate the tubes? There you go. Oh, well, that's not on. There's no motor on it right now, so it's not grippy yet.
There's also no air flowing through it and anything. There's no pressure, but it'll grip, and then the wheels will throw, and multifunctional gripper will be mounted on arm, will swing. Very cool.
Very cool, and you can also swing it out and just spin those wheels to de-algify.
Yes, you can take these wheels, put them underneath an algae, or are we doing on top?
I think you actually go, because this is mounted on the which this is mounted on. Here, I'm gonna stand back. This is gonna mount on the arm like this, and it swings out this way. So if you imagine the algae here, you're probably actually gonna be hitting it from the side, which will
Interesting.
be interesting. Yeah.
Very cool. And there's actually two sets of gears operating the synchronous motion of these things. There's the gears that are embedded into the polycarb, and then there's the fine tooth metal gears. So I would assume that these guys help with these guys not skipping.
These polycarb gears up here help with the actuating motion of the piston. And they do also keep these bottom gears back here together, but this is actually mostly change the direction of the actual grabber wheels, because when driven by the motor, which is up the arm.
I see.
So it's kind of these gears serve a lot of purposes, holding it together, but the main function is rotating these wheels.
Whoa, they rotate together.
Yeah, and then this pulley here is going to be going up an arm to a motor, which is mounted closer to the pivot point because inertia.
Yes. Inertia, also known as mass, but spinny.
Center of mass, but spinning. Well, I guess the center of mass.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you have anything else? That's kind of we are hosting the Finger Lakes Regional FOL Champs this Sunday. So, and we are currently hogging all the AV equipment, which needs to get moved over to the theater for said event. So, if you have nothing else, we should probably start loading and getting out of here.
Yes, that's going to be streamed on this channel on Sunday if everything goes well. We've got a lot of the stuff already packed up. We're going to go drive the John Deere, two John Deere Gators, and move everything. John Deere, creator of Deers, I would say. And we're going to set that up in the Glenn and Audrey Flickinger Performing Arts Center at Nichols School.
To all you people, to the folks at home who love the sound of my voice, I am not commentating the FOL event. Unfortunately, I will be out of town. Very sad.
Very sad.
Trent will be there, fan favorite, Trent Warlock.
Trent Warlock.
Along with Mario Kart commentator extraordinaire Emily Heller.
Oh, nice.
Anyway.
All right, that's the show.
Does Mr. Coburn, you have any words of wisdom to end us off with?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
That's a word of wisdom.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.